Yo, what up? We out here. Guess what this video's doing? You probably already know because you saw the title. I am ranking all my games. All the games I've made are going to be on this tier list that you're going to see soon on the screen. I don't want to spoil anything, so it's not on the screen yet. I pre-recorded this. But yeah, tier list, as you guys know, I am not the biggest fan of my own games, so I'm ranking them harshly, but honestly, I feel like it's pretty fair. It's a pretty fair tier list. I feel like I'm good with how it turned out, and I don't feel too bad about it. Even I didn't even trash talk myself that much. So yeah, you guys are gonna enjoy. Hopefully. Let's do this. Okay, back alley slasher. First game. This game sucks. It sucks. Okay, like the idea was great. Dan is a wonderful human being, probably my favorite human being, and he did voice acting for this. The story is good. It's a nice, solid, little, short, simple story. You run out of gas, you go to the back alleys to get it, and it even makes fun of the fact that that's not logical. It's great, and the story is good. I like the visuals. I feel like there's a little too much there though, and it lags out the gameplay. Doesn't let the gameplay feel too smooth for the player, which is kind of a bad thing. The gameplay itself is good at first, like it's a good idea, nice like collect-a-thon thing. But once the slasher starts spawning and you get to where you're almost finished collecting these gas cans, he basically continuously spawns and kind of like locks you in a loop where it's just screaming in your ear, it's uncomfortable, all that good stuff. Did I mention the random events? The random events are pretty cool. I like the random events. But we'll get back to that in a second. So anyway, I like the aesthetics. I think it looks great. I feel like it doesn't make up for the fact that it lags. I like the random events. I don't like the gameplay too much because it lags out too much. I feel like the game is a little too short. Like, yeah, there's a death counter, yeah, there's an endless mode, but I feel like I just threw those things in to kind of make up for it. If you guys don't know, this was basically Kaiju recycled into like a little like arcadey kind of game. So like the way it turned out was just not enjoyable to me. It's too loud all the time. It's just too much. So yeah, that's back alley slasher. I'm putting it an F because there's the only positive thing it has going for it is like the aesthetics, and other games do it better, way better. All right, so now we have Buffy's Birthday Adventure. Yeah, this one's a B. It's right smack dab in the middle. It's average. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good game. Now, as far as visuals go, it's pretty average. Like, it's just like all my other games. As far as gameplay goes, people call it a FNAF fan game. I call it a sit and survive. You literally can't make a game where you can't move that has security cameras and it not be a FNAF fan game. People just, their brains immediately go to that because that's how human brains work. They see cameras and they're like, FNAF! So that's whatever. Anyway, I'm not proud of that, but the gameplay is surprisingly balanced, and it's unintentional, accidental balancing, and it's fun. Like, it's really rewarding to beat, and man, that second phase is so good. I love the phase with Elaine. It's super cool. The genre is point and click horror. Well, all the kids on the internet call it FNAF, so I hate to break it to you. By the way, I'm live. Follow me on Twitch. I do ATC live streams, but I'm trying my darndest to get this tier list done. That's why I'm moving a little fast. So anyway, game's good. I like the gameplay. There's a lot to offer here. There's a lot of story here. Story is also very good, very thought out. It's a nice little wrap up on the MicroHorrorArcade universe that I had going on, and I feel like it does pretty good on cleaning up this dumpster fire of a story that I had going on that makes zero sense still, even with this cleanup, but whatever. It is what it is. You're streaming, you didn't get it. I'm sorry, I forgot to send one. To be fair, I'm like really out of it today, Sass. So yeah, Buffy's Birthday Adventure visuals are average. Gameplay is great. I love the gameplay. Oh my god, so good. Customization, very good. I know it feels like it's RNG sometimes with the gameplay, especially in the custom modes, But it's not. Everything moves pretty set. Like, all the AI is pretty set. Like, it does the same thing every time, more or less. Like, there's very few variances. Just enough to make it to where it's not... It doesn't affect the difficulty too much. It's just a little harder, that's all. But yeah, that goes in B. I feel like this is my average game. All right, so Big Face Marsh, baby. So Big Face Marsh, second game I ever made. Made it in a month. Made it as a joke. I watched that Markiplier Jacksepticeye video where they hunted Bigfoot and they brought up Big Face, and yeah, made this game very quickly. That being kept in mind, the visuals are pretty good. I love it. I like how the map is huge. The map is huge. It's so big, and there's so much going on. There's wildlife roaming the map. It's crazy. You can actually find Bigfoot in the map. There's a hidden game mode, which I'll get back to in a second. And I don't know. It's just good. I like the game. The gameplay is probably my favorite mechanic I've ever put in a game, and the story is also really good. Thanks, Point Pog. Basically, you lose a bet. Your friends make you go out into the woods and hunt Bigfoot. Like, you can't footage of Bigfoot, you big dummy. Because they're like, Bigfoot doesn't exist, but you actually find a real cryptid, Big Face, and you can find Bigfoot. There are many endings. It's super simple. The only thing I feel like this game has going against it is the pacing. Like, it takes a while to get all the footage you need. The map's huge, so it takes a while to, like, find any hidden extras or whatever. Big Face always comes to you, so that helps a lot with, like, getting the regular objective done. And I don't know, I feel like it just takes too long. It takes too long to finish a playthrough, and if you do get to the hidden game mode, you lose all your progress that you had in the main game mode. It just takes you out, which I'm not a big fan of. You being in the middle of gameplay and it transporting you to another set of gameplay. So with that being said, Big Face Marsh, honestly, for my severe lack of experience in making games and how the mechanics turned out and how the game looks, and literally the only thing going against it is how long it takes to beat it, I think it's an A. I think Big Face Marsh is an A. It's a solid game. Like, it's, as a joke game made in a month, it's crazy. Well, don't think you die, it just says you were never seen again. No, you don't die. You're just never seen again. All right, so let's move on to Buffy's Bunker, the first game I've ever made. There's a jet flying over my house. Ignore that the best you can. It's super loud. It's super loud. I'm sorry. Buffy's Bunker. First game I ever made. Super long. Super long game. You can hear it? Yeah, it's loud. You just turn to another big face when Bigfoot steps on you. But yeah, Buffy's Bunker. I feel like it's bad. Controversial opinion, I know. It shakes the picture frames. Yeah, dude, these jets are insane. I don't like Buffy's Bunker. I think it's bad. I think it's a bad game. It's the first game I ever made, sure. And of course, I ranked Big Face Marsh high because it was one of the first games I made, and it turned out so well. But Buffy's Bunker is so different. Big Face Marsh I made in a month, my second game. I had like no experience in making games. Somehow it performs decent, and the only thing going against it is like the pacing and stuff. The story is good, nice and simple. Buffy's Bunker has like the opposite. It's the opposite. It was the first game I ever made. It took me 3 months to make, which, considering the size of the game, I guess it's not too bad. It has like 5 or 6 different game modes, has a bunch of different difficulty settings. So as far as features go, unlockables go, it's probably my most extensive game. But the visuals are the worst in any of my games, I believe. Like it's almost it's down there. It's like on the bottom. But suffers game syndrome. Good and long game, fucked up plot. The story was just trash. The story is just such trash. I had an idea for story. I tried to throw in lore. I tried to explain the characters all in just words, and that just wasn't right. I didn't know how to make games back then. So I made this piece of shit. It's not F. Okay, like I don't like it, but it's not F. I don't even think it's C. I think it might even be B. Like the game modes I feel like are decently tested. I feel like they could definitely have used more balancing, but that came from lack of experience. It just has so much. There's just so much there, and there's so much to do. Why don't I actually make a game before criticizing it? I know, right? I should think about the developer before saying games are trash. And I feel like the plot itself's not even that bad, Starboard. It's just the way I presented it. I feel like the presentation could have been so much better. And throwing it on here, like, I don't even feel right putting it up there in B tier with Buffy's Birthday Adventure, because Buffy's Birthday Adventure, like, really wrapped things up. It was basically the cleanup crew for Buffy's Bunker. But, yeah, exactly. You didn't get the plot because I didn't present it well enough. So, yeah, we'll put it in B. I'll let it hang out with B. I might change it later, but I can't put it any lower than that, but I don't want to put it higher either, because, like, I hate Buffy's Bunker. It crashes so much. It's not well optimized, but it has so much gameplay, and the gameplay is so solid, and the characters are so good, to where literally the only, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's too good to go in C or F, you know? And you got to look at this tier list and think, because there's no D. So C is like C and D together. Mouth. Mouth has one of my favorite, like, the visuals are probably my favorite. We're up there with my favorite. In the first level. In the first level. C and D, yes, exactly. Exactly, Cardboard. The first level I love it, and I love the different mechanics that the two AI have. One of them only moves when you're not moving, and one of them can't see you if you're moving, or can't see you if you're not moving, which is great. They work together. The first level's pretty good. I liked it. It was a nice, short, solid, go to point A, go to point B, and then exit. Find the exit kind of thing. ABC. You know, just your basic stuff. The story, I don't even remember, dude. Honestly, I think it originally was supposed to be like the Florgan sequel type thing that helped that, like, side story of the MicroHorrorArcade stuff. But dude, that, like I said, that story that got cleaned up with Buffy's Birthday Adventure just got way too much. So the story was bleh, and let's see. I feel like the second level is just way too much. It's way too much of a mindfuck. Like, it's too trippy. It's just too much. I feel like the visual is just, I dropped the ball there. I like the idea of what I was going for. It was just, it was just too out of place. And then this is the only game this and Buffy's Bunker both, they tease like another expansion of the game that isn't ever coming out. Yeah, so Mouth, I liked the gameplay in the first level. I liked everything about the first level. I'm not a fan of the story. I like where I was going with the story. If I would have finished the game, maybe it would have been different. I really like the aesthetics of it, and I like the enemy designs. Williamson is terrifying. So, it's got to go C. I think Mouth's got to go C. It's not as bad as Back Alley Slasher, but the second half is pretty decently bad. It's hard to figure out, and it's super disorienting, but it's not like crazy loud, so there's that. Okay. Dangle Dongle Farm. Okay. Make some enemies here. Dangle Dongle Farm is a hard F. That is a hard F. It's not good, guys. I know you guys love the farmers. I know some of y'all really love the farmers a lot, and you know what? I can respect that. You know, all these, I hate my games, you know, right? Whatever. I don't like them, but I can see the good character ideas, you know, like, they're there. Like, I can design some characters. But yeah, okay, hear me out. Dangle Dongle Farm is probably one of the laggiest games I've ever made. It's too much. The maze is not structured well. It's not straightforward what you need to do. It's, even if you know what to do, it takes me like 40 minutes to get an ending. This game is insane, dude. You got to go back to the car 3 times in this game. And Dangle Dongle Farm. Oh yeah, that! God, dude. It's crazy. It's so, and the triggers for some of these pickups are just so crazy. Like, how are you supposed to figure this out? You gotta know how to do it. This was the most unintuitive game I've ever made. I love the character designs in all my games, honestly, but like, the endings are good, but it's so long and it's so easy to get stuck. And like, yeah, it's the only game that gives you like a grace period. Sure, like you get caught once and you don't die, but you get caught a second time and you do. But it's just, dude, it is not worth it. This game is just, hats off to everybody who beat this game. And double hats off to people who actually like it. Because this game is, you know what, I'm moving it. It's behind Back Alley Slasher. It's one of my worst games. Hands down, dude. Hands down, it's one of my worst games. Like, I don't even know, like, the story is okay. The story is a nice pickup from, like, because you know it's the Lanky lonkie escape the poo-poo house story. But like, nah, dude. Dangle Dongle Farm's down there, bro. Dangle Dongle Farm's really down there. Dave is dead. I love Dave is dead. This was my first game made, not under MicroHorrorArcade, but it was a joke game for Dave's birthday. So yeah. Dave is dead. I don't think Dave is dead is S tier. I definitely don't think it's S tier. But it's definitely good. I love the story is probably one of the best stories. You love the Moon and Dangle Dongle icon? Yes. Dave is Dead is probably one of the best stories in my games, and it's it's funny. It's fucking funny. It's literally me stealing his ideas, which I have made jokes about for years. And people have mistaken me for Dave and Dave for me so many times that it's just, it was like a joke between us, and I gave it to him for his birthday, and then I was like, you know what, let's modify it and actually release it. So I did. Turned out really good. The game feels really good. It doesn't lag at all. The AI balancing is surprisingly really good. And it's just a collectathon and exit the game, dude. It's nice and simple, easy to pick up, easy to win. Just get away from the memes, basically, and then escape. And the death starts you all over again, and then when you win, it's a meme winning screen. It's so good. Like, I feel like this is really good. This is a high A. It's a high A. And what's funny is I made this game in 7 hours. But the player blueprint I still use. I created the player blueprint, and it's probably one of the smoothest player blueprints I've made. Of course, I modified it a little bit for Unkeys.exe, which is my favorite player blueprint I've ever made. And man, oh man, this player blueprint's good. The game feels good to play. It's fun to pick up, and I don't know why. I love collectathons. I just do. The story's great. You get away, you steal all Dave's ideas, and that's it. Super simple. It's got really good graphic settings, a really sweet main menu track. It's just a big meme, and we all love memes, so it's up there. Do not pass go. Yo. To this day, even after making Unkeys.exe, Do Not Pass Go is my favorite game of mine visually. Like, this game has my favorite visuals of any of my games, has the favorite atmosphere, my favorite atmosphere, everything. I love it, dude. The story is simple. The story is a little lacking, but it's that basic, like, you've been captured, you got to escape. You know, get all the money. Collect $200 and then pass go, you know? The mechanics for the AI are so good and compact. The map design is very nice. Thank you, Alpha Beta Gamer, for the suggestion. It used to be like a one big hallway, but I added like a little loop on the side. And I feel like Do Not Pass Go is so well balanced. It's so well balanced. It looks great. The AI works great. It's really loud though, but I feel like it's not too much. I feel like it's just enough to like jar you. There's 2 AI in the map. There's a normal mode and there's a hard mode. Hard mode's a lot more brutal. the intensity really picks up when you're caught. Hard mode, I think, is insta-kill when Moneybags catches you. Normal mode, it just puts you in like a hide-and-seek mechanic, which opened me up to hide-and-seek mechanics. And it was just really fun. Like, it's your basic roaming AI, both of them. One of them just stops your movement for like 10 seconds or so and steals one of your money, like things of money, like $10, $20, however much it is. And the other one just puts you in a hide-and-seek sequence. So, like, I don't know, like, the gameplay is super good. The map's super balanced. It feels really good. You know what? That's an S-tier game. I can't think of anything wrong with this game. I can't. The most wrong thing about this game is it references DPT. That's the one thing wrong with this game. So I think Do Not Pass Go is an S-tier game. I really do. I really, really do. It's so good. I can't think of anything wrong with it. I feel like it's too loud could be a thing. I feel like it's difficult could be a thing. But like the instructions are right there for you. Like listen, pick up money, get out. Like it's simple. It was made fairly quickly. Like I made it pretty quick. It was one of my 3 parody games that I made, and it turned out really good. I love it. I really do. It was heavily inspired by Mr. Crusty, by the way, like the style of it. So, but it turned out so good. I love it. Doofy's Dunker, literally a joke game. Literally, it was an April Fool's game. It was Buffy's Bunker 2.0 April Fool's, and it's bad, dude. This is a game that you press escape in the middle of gameplay, it just closes the game. This was bad. I feel like just by default, it's got to go at the bottom of F tier. It's literally, I don't even know why it's on this list. It's literally just like a little, you know those FNAF April Fool's games? It's that. You collect the don'ts and crobs and try to get the highest score you can before Doofy catches you. That's it. That's it. The game was just literally thrown together. And the instructions are on the screen while you're playing it. Like, it's so is your score. It's so bad. It's so bad. DPT, F. Hands down. Worst pacing of all my games I've ever made. Worst pacing. Ugliest game of all my games I've ever made. Hands down. It's triggering for people who have trypophobia. I was so insensitive when I made that. It's a parody game, which that's something against it, I guess. It's a PT clone. Ew. The gameplay is not very smooth. You have to take advantage of, it takes like 30 minutes to get through the game. And there are some parts that require you to collect things. There are some parts that require you to sneak past the AI that are just, they don't tell you how to do it, and it's hard. I feel like the random events were a good idea, but back then I didn't do it right. I feel like this game could have been done so much better. This was my first parody game of the 3 because what happened was Dave and I did our first trilogy, and I was like, if we hit $100 on this bundle, I'll make 3 parody games, and it did, and I was like, fuck. So I made DPT. And Slendy Something and Do Not Pass Go were the second 2. But DPT was just so bad. I rushed it because we were going on a road trip. And I think I was working on Kaiju demo at the same time, which is hilarious that I was working. That really puts it in perspective, by the way. I worked on DPT and Kaiju demo around the same time, I believe. And if I remember correctly, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. And DPT just turned out ass because it was rushed. I don't think I tested it like at all, and it just, so bad. A lot of people have done Let's Plays on it, and I have apologized to them because I'm like, this game sucks. And they're like, dude, it's not that bad. And I'm like, dude, it's bad. I feel like this is a game that I'm a lot harder on than other people are. Like, people play this, and they're like, oh, no, this is fine. But it's not. It's not. I gotta hold myself to a higher standard than these F-tier games. Or even the C-tier games, you know? It's crazy. I really gotta start holding myself to a higher standard. Escape the Poo Poo House. So escape the poo-poo house. So this game is so fun. I enjoy this game so much. You remember when it didn't even have graphics settings? Exactly. I was like, I shouldn't have to put graphics settings, but it lags. It's so bad. DPT was not a good. And when I added them, they were back. Were they? Oh god. Okay, so escape the poo-poo house. You said escape the poo-poo house is literal hard mode. Escape the poo-poo house is so RNG. It's insane. It's RNG simulator, but it's so fun to play. I think it's so fun to play. As long as you're not like, as long as you're just like enjoying the game for what it is and not like getting pissed that you're not winning, then it's fine. You'll win eventually. It's so much fun. But Escape the Poo-Poo House, aesthetic wise, I fucking love it. I love the sound design. I love everything. You can't get past the first. Why? How? You So you walk past the toilet. Sometimes they'll spawn poops to come out, and a lot of them just roam around. Some of them follow you, and I don't know. I think it's fun. It's definitely fun as like a joke, and it's unbalanced and it's RNG based. I think it's better than Demouth, but it's not good. So it's not like B up, but I think it's a good high C, because you literally walk once and you're caught. Don't touch the poop. I don't know what to tell you, man. you trigger a toilet, you back away from the toilet. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, escape the poo-poo house. You walk near toilets, poop spawns. They can chase you, they cannot. You got to find keys, get through the rooms, and then find the exit tunnel to get out. There's an alternate ending. There's some lore sprinkled in there, and this is basically Artie's hell, more or less, after he's caught by Lanky, Lonky, and Lonky. And then when he escape the poo-poo house, he wakes up in the grave in Dangle Dongle farm. That's how that story goes. So I think the story is good. I think it's just a joke game, and it's just too, I don't know. Maybe it's a low B. I think it's a low B. It's just it's so funny. Oh god. Okay, no, it's a high C. I can't put it in low B. I gotta put it in high C. I just can't. It's Escape the Poo-Poo House. It could be better. It could definitely be better. It was the first game I ever made for our trilogy bundles, though, so that's fun. None of them do the JayskiBean toilet jump scare. Technically, they all do. They're just not crazy loud like the JayskiBean toilet one. Poo-Poo House custom night. I should make like a MicroHorrorArcade JayskiBean custom night FNAF fan game. That would be crazy. You love the concept. You always spawn too close to the toilet and they catch you. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. All right, Holiday Limbo. Moving on. But yeah, game idea for FNAF fan game makers. Take literally all my characters. I have a fuck ton of characters, and make a FNAF fan game. Do it. I bet you won't. Holiday Limbo. Surprisingly, really fun. This game has 3 AI. And it's satisfying. I really liked Holiday Limbo, actually. That wasn't bad. I made it for it was a Patreon prompt back when I did those, where patrons could subscribe to a specific tier, and they could give me like a prompt to make a game, and this was one of them. This was like the first one, I think. And it was like there's an evil Santa after you or whatever. So in this game, it was like evil Santa after you, and you have to save like the other holidays or something. So in this game, there are like 4 towers. You start in one. It has the delete data droid in it, and in order to activate the first tower, you have to complete missions for the other holiday guardians in the other 3 towers. There's an Easter guardian who's just roaming the map, and you have to like play tag with him and catch him. Then he'll go to his tower, and then once you talk to him in his tower, he'll spawn little Easter eggs around the map. You collect those, go back to him, he'll activate the tower. And then there's the 3 skulls. You go into their tower, activate them, you play hide and seek with them, find them, they go back to their tower, talk to them, activates their tower. And then there's Wee Wee, I think? Yeah, Wee Wee is the Valentine's Day one. You talk to him, After you collect all his little like heart candies around the map, and he'll activate the tower. And once you activate all 3 towers, then you go to the first tower. You gotta like lure the other AI by having them chase you to the first tower. And when they walk in front of delete data droid will delete them, and then you save Christmas. And then there's a nice little outro, like old skull guy talking to you, which is great. And it's like it calls back to Buffy's Bunker's skull stuff. So Holiday Limbo, I think is a B, man. I think it's probably above Buffy's Bunker. Nah, it's behind Buffy's Bunker. Buffy's Bunker's a standard. Buffy's Bunker's like, that's the tier right there, basically. So Holiday Limbo, really good. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I think the gameplay's pretty good. The visuals are pretty good. The game's pretty smooth. I'm okay with it. I think it's fun. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what to do if you've played my previous games. But if you haven't, then not as much, I guess, because you can see the egg guy run around. You're like, oh, what do I do? I can't remember if there's like a how to play thing in Holiday Limbo. There might be. Let's put it in high C instead. I feel like it's good, but it's not like Buffy's Bunker level. I feel like Buffy's Bunker is like the bottom of B, more or less. So, all right, Kaiju. Kaiju is a better back alley slasher. It's good. I really like Kaiju. I feel like I could have gone without the whole slasher portion of Kaiju. And I would love to go back and finish Kaiju, but only make it about the Kaiju. And only make it about that linear story, because this was supposed to be a linear game, is what this was. But I never finished it, so that's why it's still a demo. Since it's a demo, it's going to be low, but I really like the idea. I really like the aesthetics. It looks great, and it runs great. There's not really much gameplay. It's more or less a walking simulator with some events and stuff. So I feel like it's a little lower on C. Probably behind the mouth. Oh, no, it's better than the mouth, I believe. So it's definitely there on C. I feel like it's all right, but it's not the best. Lanky Donkey. Okay, so Lanky gameplay. Okay. First time playing this game, you got to figure out what the noises do. You got to figure out what noise corresponds to what thing on your list. The visuals, I think, are good. I feel like there's a nice variety of things going on. And I feel like it could have been done better. It was one of my first games. It was made for that trilogy, but I feel like it could have been done. It could have done way better. The character's great. Lanky is probably one of my favorite characters I've made. But I don't know, man. I feel like with Halloween mode it's good, but I feel like if you don't know how to play the game and if you don't know what sounds correspond to what items you need to get, then it's so tough to pick up. Like it's trial and error. You got to figure out through trial and error. And I feel like if you get one of the things wrong, it screams at you, and Lanky goes into his like enraged hard mode. I feel like if that wasn't a thing, then it would be so much easier. It would be so much better. I feel like that would be way better for the balancing of it. But since that really cripples you trying to progress in the game and you basically die, more or less, if you get it wrong, then that really knocks it down a notch. I still think it's better than Buffy's Birthday Adventure. The character's way more memorable. My icons back in the day were so bad, by the way. I don't know. Literally made in paint, dude. Anyway, Lanky could have been better, could have been worse. I feel like the story's very good. I feel like Lanky is a very good character. I feel like the visuals are good. The game runs fine. It's satisfying to beat. And the Halloween alternate ending is probably one of my hardest games. It's probably one of the hardest things to do. Honestly, like it's up there. I think the top 3 are, let's see, Buffy's Bunker Ultimate Chaos is impossible. I don't think it's possible. I didn't think BBA Ultimate Chaos was possible, but apparently it's possible. Somebody beat it. Lanky Halloween mode alternate ending is very hard. And there's one more. I can't remember what it was, but there's one more. I literally can't remember what it was. But anyway, these are like the hardest games right here. Like the hardest possible games. So yeah, Lanky's up there. I like it. Lanky's Bunker. This was such a lazy creation. It's literally Buffy's Bunker, but instead of Buffy, it's Lanky and Lanky. Yeah, it's great, but it took 0 work. You know, it's going. Let's see. It's definitely better than these. You know, because it's got the classic Buffy's bunker. It's got the classic Lanky Lonky character. It's like everything Buffy's bunker should have been, which is just the bunker, but minus all the extra stuff. And then with Lanky Lonky thrown into the mix, it's good, but it's so lazy. And I feel like the game it's got everything Buffy's bunker still had in it, so it's still just as like choppy and like bleh. You kept falling on top of Lanky. What do you... Starboard, what? What do you mean? So anyway, Lanky's bunker. I feel like it's a high C, dude. I don't think it's up there. I don't think it's better than Buffy's bunker. Like I said, anything goes into B has got to be better than Buffy's bunker, and I just don't think. I just don't think it's up there. Lanky's bunker is good, but it's not the best. It's better than these though. It's better than Holiday Limbo, just for the fact that it is what it is. Is Buffy's max mode just in the bunker? It's in chaos mode. Oh, the basement part. Oh yeah, when you fall down that hole into the basement. Right. I get that. Okay, yeah, that's my bad. It's been a while since I played these, but yeah, I did make them, so I guess I should know a lot more. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Buffy's max mode, pretty much turn on all AI, and then go into any map. In chaos mode, and I'll count that as ultimate chaos. I think the easiest map to do that in, the most seemingly possible one, is Backrooms, but it's not possible, dude. It's not. There's no way. It's not possible. I wouldn't even try it. For one, I don't know if your PC could handle it. Like, it's literally, it's as many dots as you put on the screen. That's how many AI is going to be in the map. So it's pretty bad. That chaos custom mode is not something I made to be all maxed. It really isn't. Anyway, moving on. Man Banana's Attic. The loot in Man Banana's Attic. This was one of the laziest games. I made this game in like a day, dude. Oh man, this model is just so bleh. I think my favorite part about this game, like, I don't know, like I like the shader, I like the main menu music, it's a bop. But the AI, I don't know, the AI is alright, I guess. I like the flip-flop sounds he makes when he moves around. I like the map. There's a lot of dead ends, but whatever. It's got the Tonky.exe and Unkeys.exe hiding spots. And I don't know, like I feel like it's nice, short and sweet, but I feel like it could be way better. I definitely feel like it's better than the mouth. But I don't think it's as good as Kaiju. Just because the mouth, I feel like the mouth is the floor of C. Just because the second level holds it back so much. But yeah, as far as visual goes, I kind of like Man Banana's Attic. Gameplay goes, it's super fucking simple. Super fucking simple. Oh no, my loot. The ending's great. I don't know, like it's a nice story. It's simple. It's probably the most simple game I've ever made. Oh no, it's mom. Okay, so oh no, it's mom. One of my favorite visuals, I want to say, just because it's nostalgic, the aesthetic. I really like the maze. I like the idea of it. I feel like it could have been done way better. The fact that it's an inside joke kind of works against it sometimes, because it was literally made in a TKO match on Padre's stream, I believe. And I was like, if this wins the TKO match, I'll make a game about it, and it did, and I did. Beating hard mode's very satisfying, but I feel like it's, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of maze games. I feel like it's fun. I feel like it could be, yeah, Nephrite played it recently, and I definitely feel like there could be better audio. Like, I feel like the audio cues could be a lot better as far as like where the keys and locks are. I feel like the only way really to beat hard mode is to camp the center of the map. I feel like it's going in the right direction, but it just barely missed the mark, you know? Like, it's fun to play, but, you know, it is what it is. So I think Mom is better than Holiday Limbo. Probably better than, you know, I'm gonna put it as a high C. I think it's a high C. I think it's better than Lanky's Bunker, honestly. You love the loud jump scare? Oh, the dialogue is 100% the best part. Time for punishment. Oh yeah, the dialogue in Mom. Yeah, dude, it's so good. The story is actually pretty decent too. You know what? Mom's a low B. I liked Mom. You know, no. God, I don't know, because Buffy's bunker's there, you know? It's hard. It's really hard to place this. Cause like, I don't know, like I feel like I like Oh No It's Mom, but Oh No It's Mom has so many problems. No, I'm gonna keep it in high C. It's up there though. It's like the top of C. Like the very top of C. It's better than Lanky's bunker, but not better than Buffy's bunker. Just cause there's so much in Buffy's bunker. Night of the Pickle Killer. Aesthetics are just your basic like bad aesthetics, dude. Back alley slasher only took you 5 attempts. Nice. Yeah, I feel like I'm really hard on that game. I feel like I'm pretty hard on all the F tier games. So Pickle Killer, I really like the jump scare. I love the jump scare. The story, it's got a nice twist ending. I like it. It's your basic collectathon game though, and I have a billion of those. There's a hard mode. The main menu. Think I'm hard on all my games. I told you. I warned you when I started this thing. So anyway, Night of the Pickle Killer. I feel like it could be better. I made it way too fast, I believe. I love the characters. I love the jump scare. I'm not the biggest fan of the atmosphere. But I don't know. It's one of those weird games that's kind of satisfying to play because you can hide, and I feel like it's almost a hidden gem, but not quite. I definitely feel like gameplay-wise, it's better. It's up there with. I think it's got the same thing going on as Banana Man's Attic. Honestly, if it's just a better Banana Man's Attic. I spent more time on it. So yeah, you know what? Let's move Kaiju down just a. The production quality on Kaiju though, man. Just the fact that the Kaiju game just has like little to no gameplay. Kind of moves it back a little bit. But yeah, let's put like these three are like the big like they're kind of joke games, but they're unintentionally pretty fun. Like same with Holiday Limbo is like the middle of C, you know. All right, Slendy something. Oh man, Slendy something. This game. Okay, so this game is my first collab game with Dave. Dave and I both worked on this game. Dave made some maps, I made some maps. This game has a shit ton of content in it. There's so much. There's a speedrun mode, there's a time trial mode, there's unlockable extras all throughout the game. There's unlockable Easter eggs, there's unlockable like what are they, medals? They're not trophies, they're medals that you can get that even if you delete your save data, they still stay there. I mean, obviously if you go into your app data and delete it, then it'll go away, but if you delete the data through the game, they'll stay there. Very speed runnable. You can beat it in like 15 minutes. It's pretty fun. Lots of collectibles. It's your basic Slenderman clone. You collect pages in all these maps. It's a Slenderman parody game is what it is. Slenderman wants to be hip and in again, you know? Like he's tired of not being popular on the internet anymore. So he's taken over all these other entities and they have Slender mechanics. Don't look at them for too long. Don't let them get near you for too long. Don't let them catch you. They always follow you, blah, 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 blah. While you're collecting these pages, you find all 8 pages, you win the level. Easy peasy. I feel like the difficulty curve is pretty good in this. I feel like it's nice. I feel like we tested it a lot. Collectibles are also very nice. I feel like the game's pretty well structured. It's very speed runnable. The random spawn points aren't too sneaky. Like I feel like they're pretty good, pretty easy to find, and you can spot them from pretty far away. They kind of glow in the dark a little bit too. The map designs are very good. I love it. Like they're so good. I feel like some of them could have been better optimized, like optimized a little better. But otherwise, I think this game is a high A. It's up there, dude. It's so close to being an S. It hurts my heart. Like the only thing I have going against it, what do I have going against it? It's probably the controls, really, right? You know what? It's up there. I think it's up there. I think it's a low S. You know? Like let me think. I really got to think about this. I really got to think about this. Like, it's... There's just so much. It's like borderline Buffy's bunker stuff. There's a lot there. There's 2 different endings. Like, there's a lot. It's just so simple, though. Right? It's your basic Slender stuff. It's just stalky AI. The AI is copy and pasted throughout all the levels. I feel like if the mechanics of the game was just more like, I feel like it's the same every level. You know what I mean? Like if it were to change just the further you get in the game, you know, it would be better. But it's the same gimmick every single time. But that's part of the game itself, you know. But it kind of holds it back a little bit. But the fact that it is what it is and it's still really, really good, it's a high A, which is very good on my list. So it's just not S. It's just not up there with Do Not Pass Go. It's just not. The Florgan is probably, it's above Doofy's Dunker, but it's low S tier or low F tier for sure. I picked up the Florgan the other day to try and do a dev commentary on it, and I just couldn't play it. I couldn't do it. The audio is just so disorienting. The story is just bad. I'm pretty sure there were typos in like the ending and the intro sequences at one point, and just like, oh god, it's so bad. It's so bad. And the enemy design's good. The enemy design's good, I feel like, in all my games. But this game really missed the mark. The fact that if the Florgan sees you, you're basically dead, and the Florgan like always roams near you, it's just too much. It's too much of a short area. There's too many dead ends. The map design is ass. The idea, I feel like, could have been done so much better. The story could have been done so much better. It started the unnecessary side arc in my Chaos Realm Saga stuff, which is bad. So the Florgan, sorry, you're F. Get out of here. Bad game. I do like that Dave took the Florgan and put it in Dave.exe though. That's very cool. The Florgan, the Florgan's movement. The Florgan's movement is so cool, but it was put in the wrong game. I love, because the way the Florgan moves is it moves slow for a few seconds, and then it goes, and then it moves slow again. Then it goes, and then it moves slow. You know what I mean? Like speeds up for like a second, then it moves slow again. But yeah, that's, yeah, heck, bad. I don't know. Could have been done better. Sad I didn't do it better, but whatever. Tophams Lair. Okay. Best thing that came from the Florgan was Donson Crab. Yeah, you're right. Donson Crab's in it. But unfortunately, no. Donson Crab is also in Doofy's Dunker, which is also F tier. Donson Crab was also in Slendy something, which is very cool too. There's a lot of those. And Buffy's Birthday Adventure, so. I don't know. Nah. Nope, the Florgan's still bad. The Florgan's like, it's down there, dude. It's really hard to pick up and play. Basically, the F tier games are games that I'm hesitant to pick up and play because I'm just like, I just don't want to play them. I just don't want to play these games, dude. DeMouth is almost there. DeMouth is like very low, you know? All right, so we got Tophams Lair. I feel like Tophams Lair is very enjoyable. I feel like it's very, very easy. It's probably the easiest game I've ever made. Tophams, it created the Topham AI though. Like this is where the Topham AI came from, obviously, where the AI always patrols to a point close to the player. Dave uses it in a lot of his games now, and it's fun. Fun. Tophams Lair, basically you just go through these sections of the map, flip the levers, get to the end, and then there's a weird cutscene for lore that doesn't make any sense. And that's it. Topham, great character design. Map, I love it. I really like the map. I like how everything looked. Gameplay was pretty easy, and I feel like it was going in the right direction, but it's not that great, you know? I feel like it just fell short in a lot of places. I feel like it's got to go low C. I love the design of the enemy though. Like I love Topham so much, but the game is just not that great. It's so easy too. Like I don't know. Like let's see. It's better than Kaiju. But I mean, I would play it again. It's just I don't know. AI that stays by the player is good because the player is less likely to just get lucky and never see. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, so, and now we have Tonky.exe. Okay, so Tonky.exe is basically an exact remaster of Tonky. There's no random events. It's just a game where you play Tonky with like an extra couple steps. It's very good. It's very good. It's not as good as Buffy's Bunker. I don't think it's as good as Mom. See, it's really easy to like rank these once you get like a good standing going. Is it better than Lanky's Bunker? Yeah, I feel like it's better than Lanky's Bunker. I don't think it's as good as Mom, but it's still really good. It's pretty decently balanced. And it was the groundwork for Unkeys.exe, which is probably the probably one of the best games we've ever made. Definitely will be with this new update, but yeah, Lanky Lonky snuck in. Yeah, and there's a Lanky Lonky mode hidden in there, which is not in Unkeys.exe, by the way. But yeah, I feel like that's a good place for Tonky. It's a good place for Tonky.exe. All right, so now we got Unkeys.exe, the last game. I don't want to go into too much detail about it because it's fairly new. But yeah, let's see. Let me think. Unkeys.exe, it has a lot, and it's gonna have a lot more. I have a really big update planned for it. And you know, I'm gonna move Slendy something up to S because it's up there. It's up there. Right? Slendy something? Yeah, Slendy something's up there. That's a near perfect game. That's like it's not as good as Do Not Pass Go, but it's up there. Unkeys.exe. There's so much going for this game, dude. There's so much going for this game. It's definitely better than Dave is Dead, for sure. It's got very smooth controls, not a lot of lag, very good graphic settings. 4 different endings right now. I'm planning on adding like 4 or 5 mini games. I'm adding a whole new game mode. There's 3 difficulty settings across 3 different maps. It's Tonky.exe with more like random events. It's added expansions. It's got the Bunky map, the Sunky map. It's good, dude. I think it's the best game I've ever made. I hands down, I think it's the best game I've ever made. It's very well balanced. It's literally an update away from being a perfect bugless game. Like I'm just standing by watching some Let's Plays and catching bugs there, but it's good. It's good. I think it's one of my few games that I'll say is good, which is funny because it's like Unkeys.exe good, Slendy something good, Do Not Pass Go good, Dave is Dead could be better. It's a joke game. Big Face Marsh, second game I ever made, but pretty good. I liked it. I really liked how unique it was and stuff. It falls a little short, but yeah. Lanky Lonky, love the character. I feel like it could be better. BBA and Buffy's Bunker, they kind of have the same thing going for them. You know, like there's a lot there and you can tell a lot of work went into it. It's unique, but it just has that, a lot of characters, a lot of work in the game, a lot of like playable stuff going on, but yeah, it could be better, it could be worse. Mom, Tonky, Lanky's Bunker, Holiday, Limbo are all good games that I would go back to and play. Of course, probably not Tonky.exe now that Unkeys exists, but it's still really good. Very good. That and Unkeys.exe, I improved the visuals way higher than it was in Tonky.exe. So, Holiday, Limbo is good. These are just fun games. I feel like these are like the fun games that you can play and you're like confident. Like if you want to make a quick Let's Play, I feel like Night of the Pickle Killer, Man Banana, Topham, Kaiju even. The Mouth probably not. Poopoo House probably not unless you just want it like a joke Let's Play. Holiday's pretty fun. And then these are just ass. These are just ass. So yeah, that's my tier list. Yeah. Done. Cool. Well, that's it. That's the tier list. What'd you think? You like it? You love it? Good. I'm glad you liked it. Well, you made it this far, so I love you. I love you so much. You're great. You're the best. Yeah. This is getting creepy, isn't it? Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. What would you guys change about the tier list? Let me know in the comments. Give me your opinions. They're my games, so you're really not gonna hurt my feelings on like opinions and stuff. Honestly, like I feel like I went pretty hard. So yeah. Thanks for watching.